Hey people, welcome to my first YouTube video. I felt the urge to start this channel in times when you can't be seen as an artist on Instagram anymore, to start just something new and hopefully find a little community that is interested in the same topics as me. So here we go. In this video I take you along for 1 or 2 days where I took some pictures. I was using multiple cameras. All black and white pictures were taken with my beloved Minolta CLE and the color pictures were taken with my Leica M7 or with my little old broken point and shoot, the Miu 2. Oh, and just in case it wasn't obvious yet, I shoot film. I also took digital pictures for a long time, but that's maybe a story for another video. So for now I totally feel great about taking pictures on film and that's why I stick to it. In my hometown I don't really feel inspired, so my girlfriend and I decided to go on a little trip to the Baltic Sea to find some more pleasing scenes. For the first pictures I want to show you, I used Apex 100 and pushed it one stop, and these were some of the results. In my Leica there was still some Portra 400 and I tried to underexpose it a bit for some more moody shots, but I'm not sure if they turned out. I feel like they have a feeling and they are not looking too bad, but they could have been better if I overexposed them a bit. What do you think? Maybe you can write it in the comments. I have to say I'm also maybe not the typical photographer that always tries to use the technically perfect exposure for the pictures. I more try to create like a certain feeling, and therefore I often also like to underexpose pictures to get a bit more grain and a bit more faded look. Obviously that's not always the case, but for some pictures I have the feeling it looks better. Oh yeah, and as you maybe can see, it was pretty cold when we were there, around 2 degrees. So my hands were freezing and we decided to go back. And on the way back I shot some more pictures and you can see them here. We were driving back, resting a bit, sleeping, and the next day we were going to another beach. It was beautiful there and relaxing, but the light was not really good, so I decided to not take pictures. Instead of that, my girlfriend and I were searching for amber and nice looking shells on the beach. It was super bright this day, so I decided to use Ektar 100 and load it in the Leica, but I only took 2 shots. And decided that it's not worth to waste this film on this scene and the light. But I have to say that I was pretty impressed how good Ektar was looking, even though the light was pretty flat and there was not that much going on, but I like it. So yeah, here we have the pictures I took. Classical first of the roll shot and then another one of the little path in front of the sea. Nothing special at all, but sometimes I like simple and calming pictures like this. Well, we are Germans, so that means every time we are going to the Baltic Sea, we have to go into the water at least once. So the water was in between 5 and 8 degrees when we were there, and yes, that's pretty cold. The first time you touch it, your feet basically feel like they die, but it gives you just a big boost of fun and it was great.
So jetzt aber das letzte Mal.
I also took some snapshots with the Mio 2 to just remember the moment. When we were leaving the water, I just noticed a lot of birds flying above us. So I directly grabbed the Mio 2 and snapped a picture of them. And that's probably a good moment to say that I know that my Mio has a lot of light leaks, but I like them somehow. I feel like they give the pictures feeling and they just make it a bit more artistic, so I don't repair it. I actually have two Mios and one of them is working totally fine, but I always take the broken one because I like it way more how the pictures come out. So this video will only be the first video of my trip to the Baltic Sea. I took even better pictures on other days, but I thought I just need to start with something. So this is just the first attempt, but I am hyped for the other days. I also took some medium format pictures and way more color pictures. And I will do another video on that soon, hopefully. Depends on if I have time. So the rest of the day we explored the moor next to the sea. The light was still not good and I continued shooting my roll of black and white film. This trip was the first little vacation with the Minolta CLE and I have to say I totally enjoy this camera. It's so much fun to use, it's super easy to understand and everything just feels so polished. Anyways, I just wanted to say that I really enjoy the camera, and nowadays when everyone has a M6 and everyone tries to get like an original Leica camera, this camera should be also a valid option for a lot of people. It actually has some advantages over the M6 in my opinion, such as the aperture priority mode where you can just shoot on automatic and you don't need to think that much. Okay, but yeah, actually I don't really want to give you some technical insights in this video, so it was just fun using it and I can recommend it. In the moor it was super silent and there were no people at all. But in between we were also surprised by these two geese and Lisa managed to make this cool picture of them with her Yashica. So guys, what are you doing when there's overcast all day? It's bright, but there are no good shadows, everything is gray and flat. So my only solution is black and white, I guess, or not shooting at all. And just because I see the lens here, I wanted to say that I shot with 28mm or 40mm prime lenses on the CLE. It got dark and we headed home. Next day we spent the morning in Warnemünde and watched some ships in the harbor. The light was not good again and I was already scared that there won't be a sunset this day. So it was time for black and white again. The sky over the sea started to look beautiful, so I took this boring picture. I don't like it. But I like this picture, it feels so mysterious. The sea was super calm and the light was improving, so I snapped more photographs on the way. Now that I see this picture, I wish someone would sit on this bench, but you can't have it all, right? It was time for sunset again, and I have to say the sunset was very beautiful, even though it was not the typical sunset. I mean, it was not possible to see the sun, but there was light shining through the clouds, reflecting on the water and so on, so it was very beautiful. And I like the pictures from this moment. Especially this picture with the grass in front of the sea. I just love the light and the colors. For me, everything feels like it flows. And yeah, this picture is super simple and there's not even a subject, but it just feels right for me. I can basically look at it and relax, and that's the reason why it's a good photograph, at least to me. What do you think? Do you think it's too simple or too minimalistic? Or do you think sometimes pictures like this are just enough? While the sun was setting, the colors were getting a bit more intense for a moment, and then it was already dark. In this video you basically saw 2 rolls of film. I think I showed you almost all pictures I took on these days. In case you wonder, it was 1 roll of Ektar 100 and 1 roll of Apex 100 pushed 1 stop, and everything was scanned with a Fuji GFX 100. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments, and I would highly appreciate if you share the video with people that could be interested in this kind of videos. I leave you with the last pictures that I took that night. See you, bye bye.